slow. Parts of him never got done. He came late to his own litter, barely made the doggy got cut. 1/3 lab, 1/3 retriever, 1/3 slow. His color can't make up its mind. Wherever it is, brown and black made to say howdy, that place is north. One front leg goes its own way, but hardly knows where. A colic runs the back of his neck, rich wine fur that defies hand or brush. It says, "It's me, Snort." Norton could camp out in his old skin. He'd go out in the storm, never know to come in. You'd find him frozen, a stiffened tail or an ear flapping out of the drift, a kind of handle Norton would leave you. Or he'd swim after ducks when he was spent. Go down for the last time, that Derwent Kirby look on his face. He's a little slow. He's got the part right. He does the part fine. Friend, if your grin goes bad, if your love won't keep you company, if your whole goddamn life comes down on top of you, Norton's fault it could never ever be. One step in the door, you know that the place you're looking for. Last week, smoke, clots of yellow light and yellow beer, weather for the eye and throat. 4 old timers in a corner playing cards. The one guy can't hear, another guy yelling in his better ear, "Queens are dead." Rummy brings them in at noon. Whiskey keeps them there past supper. A drunk is sleeping on the bar, or he's dead from eating turkey gizzards. 4 eggs swimming in a jar, no spitting on the floor. Danny could be mayor. You get the local politic or Tammy Wynette tree for a quarter. There's local beer and whiskey back, and every 3rd drink free, stranger. The gal who lives above the bar comes down to work at 4. Her smile's good. Another whiskey up, you'll swear you knew her once before. By 6 o'clock, you've lived here 30 years. Your coin, your eyes are swimming in the mirror. You're buying drinks for regulars, and you ask the gal if she remembers you. She's 7, as pretty as any, took him off the train in her cotton pinafore, the kind that mothers make. She's 7 in September, say, on a Sunday, why not? When a hard wind comes down from the Balkans and shudders the camp, when there are voices in the wire and God has made them. You would have the commandant, the one with the swagger stick, step up and say, "Go home, all of you, we have something better to do." You would have the sun break out so suddenly, like an inmate from the asylum, that even the guards who herd the children, that even the guards who stroke their children, look up from their piles. It's just a little joke September plays, and she is let off anyway. You have this photograph of a girl of 7 in a pinafore by a train in September, say, on a Sunday, why not? Bury her face, deepen your face. Here is the blessing she leaves for you. Kind of gift. You never knew her. You couldn't really love her. This lovely smoke she makes. Never sister, never daughter.
If a clown came out of the woods, a standard-looking clown with oversized polka dot clothes, floppy shoes, a red bulbous nose, and you saw him on the edge of your property, there'd be nothing funny about that. A bear might be preferable, especially if black and very driven. And if this clown began waving his hands with those big white gloves that clowns wear, and you realized he wanted your attention, had something apparently urgent to tell you, would you pivot and run from him, or stay put, as my friend did, who seemed to understand here was a clown who didn't know where he was, a clown without context. What could be sadder, a friend thought, than a clown in need of context? If then this clown said to you that he was on his way to a kid's birthday party, his car had broken down and he needed a ride, would you give him one? Or would the connection between the comic and the appalling as it pertained to clowns be suddenly so clear that you'd be paralyzed by it? And if you were the clown and my friend hesitated as he did, would you make a sad face and with an enormous finger wipe away an imaginary tear? How far would you trust your art? I can tell you it worked. Most of the guests had gone when my friend and the clown drove up, and the family was angry. But the clown twisted a balloon into the shape of a bird and gave it to the kid, who smiled, letting it rise to the ceiling. If you were the kid, the birthday boy, what from then on would be your relationship with disappointment, with joy? Whom would you blame or extol? It's the Day of Atonement, and Aaron has a brilliant idea. 2 goats as offerings to the Lord. One he kills as a personal atonement for himself and his house. The other is the scapegoat. He lays both hands on its head, confessing the sins of the people, and then sends it off into the wilderness. Poor goats, lucky unburdened people. It's easy to see why such an idea caught on. There's a burnt offering, too, involving a ram. In the face of the ineffable, Aaron tries to cover all bases. But we're most interested in the goat that bears our large and small mistakes and carries them away from us. Leviticus knew how to tell a story, but here's what was never reported. The Lord saw the goat in the wilderness, stumbling, half dead. He said to it, a goat's life is an awful thing. This was not my intention. What they've done to you is just one more of their sin. My wife is working in her room writing, and I've come in 3 times with idle chatter, some no news. The 4th time she identifies me as what I am, a man lost in late afternoon in the terrible in-between, good work long over, a good drink not yet when the clock is okay. Her mood a little bemused, leave me the hell alone mixed with a weary smile, and I see my face up on the post office wall among men least wanted, looking for a home. In the small print under my name, annoying the loved ones in the afternoons, lacks inner resources. I go away guilty as charged and write this poem, which I insist she read at drinking time. She's reading it now. It seems she's pleased, but when she speaks, it's about charm and how predictable I am. How when in trouble I try to become irresistible like one of those blonde dogs with a red bandana around his neck. Sorry he's peed on the rug. Forget it, she says. This stuff is old. It won't work anymore. And I hear, good boy, good boy. I can't stop licking her hand.